500 plus peace organization websites. Chapter 1. A Peace Organization Website Guide. Peace Organization Websites. 1000peacewomen.org, Peace Women Across the Globe. 1924.org, UK Muslim Community News Site on the Iraq Conflict. ABOLITION2000.org, Abolition 2000. ACRnet.org, Association for Conflict Resolution, more than 6,000 mediators, arbitrators, facilitators, educators. ActAgainstWar.org, direct action to stop the war. ActionForChange.org, raise your voice, student action for change. ActTogether.org, act together, women against sanctions on Iraq. Adbusters.org, Adbusters, Canadian-based global network. ADL.org. AdvocatesForYouth.org. AECF.org, the Annie E. Casey Foundation. AEI.org, American Enterprise Institute. Einstein.org, Albert Einstein Institution. Einstein.org, Albert Einstein Institution. AffirmativeAction.org, American Association for Affirmative Action, AAAA. AFJ.org, Alliance for Justice. Alliance for Justice is composed of over 100 organizations. AfricaWorkingGroup.org, Africa Working Group on Peace and Conflict. AFSC.org, American Friends Service Committee. AFSC.org, American Friends Service Committee, multi-faith organization established by the Quakers. AFSC.org, American Friends Service Committee, multi-faith organization established by the Quakers in 1917. AFuturewithoutWar.org. AgainstBombing.org, Americans Against Bombing. AGNT.org, A Season for Nonviolence for an Empowered, Nonviolent World. AIDSResearch.org, AIDS Research Alliance. APAC.org, American Israel Public Affairs Committee. AJMUSDE.org, AJ. Must Memorial Institute. Aldermaston.net, Aldermaston Women's Peace Camp, AIN. AlansWorld.com. AmalaFoundation.org, Amala Foundation. AmnestyUSA.org, Amnesty International USA. amsa.org/about/committees/reach/healthequity.aspx, AMSA Health Equity and Health Justice. Anothermother.org/home, Another Mother for Peace. Antiwar.com/casualties, anti-war.com. Antiwarnetwork.org, Campus Anti-War Network. AFA.org, American Public Health Association, APHA. RQK.org.uk, ARC Association for Real Change. ASC41.com/index.htm, American Society of Criminology, ASC. AutisticAdvocacy.org, Autistic Self-Advocacy Network. AVUT.org, Americans for Victory Over Terrorism. AVPUSA.org, AVP/USA, National Website for Alternatives to Violence Project. AVPUSA.org, Alternatives to Violence Project, volunteer groups offering experiential workshops in conflict resolution. BearWitness.org, Bear Witness, group that holds naked anti-war protests. BermudaForPeace.com, Bermuda for Peace. BeyondIntractability.org, Beyond Intractability. Information on more constructive approaches to difficult and intractable conflicts. BeyondNuclear.org, Beyond Nuclear. BeyondTheChoir.org, Beyond the Choir. blogs.creighton.edu/ccsj, Creighton Center for Service and Justice. BoulderAdvocacy.org. AFJ.org. BPF.org, Buddhist Peace Fellowship. BPFNA.org, Baptist Peace Fellowship. BPWFoundation.org. brad.ac.uk/academic/sbtwc, Bradford, Cypri Chemical and Biological Warfare Project. brandywinepeace.com, Brandywine Peace Community. bravenewfoundation.org, Brave New Foundation. Bread.org, Bread for the World. BRUECKE-REMAGEN.de/index_n.htm, Peace Museum Bridge at Remagen. BTVShalom.org, Brit Tzedek v'Shalom, the Jewish Alliance for Peace and Justice. C-D-I.org, Coalition for Democracy in Iran. CAAT.org.uk, Campaign Against the Arms Trade. CAFI-ONLINE.org/index.php, Control Arms Foundation of India. CampaignToBanTorture.org, Campaign to Ban Torture. Canvasopedia.org, Center for Applied Nonviolent Action and Strategies. Canvas, Multimedia Library. CarnegieEndowment.org, Carnegie Endowment for World Peace. CatholicWorker.org, Catholic Worker Homepage. CCYJ.org, Center for Children and Youth Justice. CDC.gov. CelebratingPeace.com, Celebrating Peace. CenterForMediaJustice.org, Center for Media Justice, CMJ. CenterForSecurityPolicy.org, Center for Security Policy. CenterForServiceLearning.org, Center for Service Learning and Social Change in Central Minnesota. CenterOnConscience.org, Center on Conscience and War. Formerly National Interreligious Service Board for Conscientious Objectors, NISPCO. CenterWomenPolicy.org, Center for Women Policy Studies, CWPS. ChildAdvocate.net, The Child Advocate. Children'sDefense.org, Children's Defense Fund, CDF. CHN.org, Coalition on Human Needs. ChoiceUSA.org, Choice USA. ChristianPeaceWitness.org, Christian Peace Witness. ci.stcloud.mn.us/index.aspx?NID =430, Center for Service Learning and Social Change, St. Cloud MN. Citiesforpeace.org, encouraging people to email city councils and pass a resolution against the war. Citiesforpeace.org, Cities for Peace, coalition of local elected officials and citizens in U.S. cities. Civilresistance.info, Civil Resistance. ClimateWorks.org. CMEP.org, Churches for Middle East Peace. CNDUK.org/welcome.htm, Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament, a nonviolent campaign group working to eliminate nuclear weapons and other weapons of mass destruction. cndyorks.gn.apc.org/caab, Campaign for the Accountability of American Bases. cnvc.org, Center for Nonviolent Communication. Coalition for Peace and Justice.org, Coalition for Peace and Justice. Peace Action, New Jersey Chapter. Coalition for Peace and Justice.org, Coalition for Peace and Justice. Southern New Jersey Chapter of Peace Action. CodePink.org, Code Pink. CODEPINK4PEACE.org, Code Pink for Peace, Group of Women Organizing Vigils for Peace. CodePinkAlert.org, Code Pink, Women for Peace. CodePinkAlert.org, Code Pink. ComDSD.org, Committee Opposed to Militarism and the Draft. ComDSD.org, Committee Opposed to Militarism and the Draft. CommonDreams.org, Common Dreams News and Information. Compact.org, Campus Compact. A coalition of over 900 college and university presidents who desire to encourage community service, citizenship skills, and public integration. ConnectWithKids.com. Conscientious objectors to pay their full federal income taxes without. CourageToResist.org, Courage to Resist. CPDWeb.org, Campaign for Peace and Democracy, campaign urging people to sign a statement opposing war on Iraq. CPDWeb.org, Campaign for Peace and Democracy. CPN.org, Civic Practices Network. CPNN-USA.org, Culture of Peace News Network. CPT.org, Christian Peacemaker Teams. CPTI.WS, Conscience and Peace Tax International. CRInfo.org, Conflict Resolution. Crisisgroup.org, International crisis group working to prevent conflict worldwide. csbsju.edu/peace-studies/conferences.htm, Annual Peace Studies Conference. cta-usa.org, Catholics working together to foster peace and justice. kuditup.co.uk, Cut It Up, encourages Labour Party members to protest against war on Iraq. ddcf.org. Declarationofpeace.org, The Declaration of Peace, a grassroots nonviolent action campaign. Declarationofpeace.org, Declaration of Peace. DefendDemocracy.org, Foundation for the Defense of Democracies. desert-rescue.org.uk, Operation Desert Rescue, campaign on the effects of war on children. deutschland-sagt-nein.de, No to War Against Iraq, German campaign. Development Network. Diplomaticsociety.org, Diplomatic Society of St. Gabriel. DisabilityRightsIntl.org, Disability Rights International. DisabledInAction.org, Disabled in Action. Disarm.igc.org, NGO Committee on Disarmament. Disarm.org, Advocacy and Medical Assistance Organization, focused especially on Central America. Disobedience.org.uk, People taking action to stop war on Iraq. DoPeace.us, Do Peace, empowering civic activism towards a culture of peace. draftresistance.org/index.php, draft resistance. dralegal.org, Disability Rights Advocates, DRA. dshscjc.com, Children's Justice Conference. ducktapforpeace.org, Duct Tape for Peace, urging anti-war protesters to express their views with a duct tape ribbon. earthaction.org, Earth Action. earthsite.org, Earth Day. fchina.org. enerhelander.com, Ener Helander. elderjusticecoalition.com, The Elder Justice Coalition. elderusticanow.org, Elder Justice Now. electroniceraq.net, Electronic Iraq, a news portal on the US-Iraq crisis published by anti-war campaigners. endhomelessness.org, National Alliance to End Homelessness. envisionpeacemuseum.org, Envision Peace Museum. epfnational.org, Episcopal Peace Fellowship. epic-usa.org, Education for Peace in Iraq. equalitynow.org/english/index.html, equalitynow. equalitynow.org. adapt.org, Adapt. everyonecounts.org.uk, Everyone Counts, Campaign Against War. gwi.org.uk, Gloucestershire Weapons Inspectors, trying to eliminate weapons of mass destruction from Gloucestershire. facebook.com/Alliance for Justice. fcd-us.org, Foundation for Child Development, FCD. fcnl.org, FCNL, Friends Committee for National Legislation, Quaker lobby organization for peace and justice issues. fcnl.org, Friends Committee on National Legislation. fightingterror.org, Committee on the Present Danger. fiststar.org, First Star. 5letters.com, 5 Letters for Peace, send a message of peace to 5 key political leaders. fnvw.org, Friends for a Nonviolent World, provide tools, training, and opportunities for people to take leadership in creating a nonviolent society. foodnotbombs.net, Food Not Bombs. foodnotbombs.net, Food Not Bombs, volunteer organization dedicated to nonviolence. forusa.org, Fellowship of Reconciliation, replace violence, war, racism, and economic injustice with nonviolence, peace and justice. forusa.org, Fellowship of Reconciliation USA, nonviolent interfaith group. afterdowningstreet.org, worisacrime.org, worldbeyondwar.org. forusa.org, Fellowship of Reconciliation. ForWomen.org, MS. Foundation for Women. FPIF.org, Foreign Policy in Focus. FPIF.org. fpt-awp.org/index.php, Friends Peace Teams in Asia West Pacific. Freds aka demet.dk/faquk.hdm, Danish Peace Academy. FriendsPeaceTeams.org. Friends Peace Teams develop long-term relationships with communities in conflict to create programs for peace building, healing, and reconciliation. Funding the military. GandhiInstitute.org, Gandhi Institute for Nonviolence. GandhiServe.com, Gandhi Serve Foundation. GandhiServe.org, Gandhi Serve Foundation. GardenofPeace.info, Garden of Peace. GIRightsHotline.org, GI Rights Hotline. GIViewings.com/peace, resources for peace. GirlsInc.org, Girls Inc. GlobalUC.org. GlobalFundForWomen.org, Global Fund for Women. GlobalPeaceServices.org, Global Peace Services. GlobalSolutionsMN.org, Citizens for Global Solutions. GrandmothersForPeace.org, Grandmothers for Peace International. Granny Peace Brigade Philadelphia.org, Granny Peace Brigade Philadelphia. GrassrootsPeace.org, Grassroots Peace. GrayPanthers.org, Gray Panthers. GreaterGood.berkeley.edu, Greater Good Science Center. Based at the University of California, Berkeley. Greens.org.nz/campaign/peace, Just Peace Campaign, New Zealand Green Party. GSSA.ch, Group pour un Swiss sans Army, the movement for the abolition of the Swiss Army. h-net.org/peace, H Peace Discussion Network. HaguePeace.org, Hague Appeal for Peace. HandInHandParenting.org, Hand in Hand. Hasbrook.org/draft, National Resistance Committee. HealthyChild.org, Healthy Child, Healthy World. Hewlett.org. hg.org/war.html, Hieros Gamos. Legal Research Center. Hiroshima Peace Media.jp/media center, Hiroshima Peace Media Center. Historiansagainstwar.org/contact.html, Historians Against the War. home.snafu.de/mkgandhi, Gandhi Information Center. hrc.org, Human Rights Campaign, HRC. hrw.org/home, Human Rights Watch. hsoundscult.geschichte.hu-berlin.de/project t/id =279, European Network of Peace Historians. Hudson.org, Hudson Institute. Humanshields.org, Human Shield Mission to Iraq. iasociety.org, the International AIDS Society. iasps.org.il, Institute for Advanced Strategic and Political Studies. ICWI.org, International Citizens Weapons Inspectorate. Idealist.org, connect people through a large collection of resources. efeder.org, International Fellowship of Reconciliation. IJM.org, International Justice Mission. IndustrialAreasFoundation.org, Industrial Areas Foundation, IAF. InnateNonviolence.org, Innate, Irish Network for Nonviolent Action Training and Education, an umbrella group. InnerPeaceWorldPeace.org, Inner Peace World Peace. InnocenceProject.org, Innocence Project. InteractiveMediaAwards.com. InternationalAnswer.org, International Answer, Act Now to Stop War and End Racism. InternationalPeaceAndConflict.ning.com, Peace and Collaborative. iom.in/cms/en/sites/iom/home.html, International Organization for Migration. ipacademy.org, International Peace Academy. ipb.org, International Peace Bureau, IPB. ipb.org, International Peace Bureau, Switzerland. ipj-ppj.org. ipj-ppj.org, Institute for Peace and Justice. iprafoundation.org, International Peace Research Association, a scholarly association. iraqbodycount.net, Iraq Body Count. iraqmoratorium.org, Iraq Moratorium, making a commitment that on the third Friday of each and every month, people will break their daily routine and take some action. iraqpledge.org, National Campaign for Nonviolent Resistance. iri.org, International Republican Institute. jinza.org/home/home.html, Jewish Institute for National Security Affairs. irishantiwar.org, Irish Anti-War Movement. ithpeace.de/bibel, Bibliography on Theology and Peace. ithpeace.de, Institute for Theology and Peace. evaw.org, Iraq Veterans Against the War. evaw.org/wintersoldier, Winter Soldier, Iraq and Afghanistan. evaw.org, Iraq Veterans Against the War. j-n-v.org/docs.htm, Active Resistance to the Roots of War. jewishconscience.blogspot.com, Jewish Conscience. jewishpeacefellowship.org, Jewish Peace Fellowship. jewishvoiceforpeace.org, Jewish Voice for Peace. jfa.net, Justice for All. johndeere.org, Dear John. jrpc.org, Jeanette Rankin Peace Center. jrsainfo.org, Justice Research and Statistics Association, JRSA. jubileeusa.org/home.html, JubileeUSA. justdetention.org/index.aspx, Just Detention International. justiceinperspective.org.za, Justice, Peace and Reconciliation, South African Center for the Study of Violence and Reconciliation. justicepolicy.org. justicepolicy.org, Justice Policy Institute, JP. justpeacetheory.com, Just Peace Theory. justwartheory.com, justwartheory.com. karunacenter.org/index.html, Karuna Center for Peace Building offers international training programs in conflict transformation. kff.org/global-health-policy, Kaiser Family Foundation. NoDrones.com, No Drones. Kresge.org. LabourAgainstTheWar.org.uk, Labour Against the War, Labour Party and Trade Union Campaign. Landmines.org.vn, Project Renew, Restoring the Environment and Neutralizing the Effects of War. In Vietnam. Lawg.org, Latin America Working Group. LawyersCommittee.org, Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Under Law. LegalMomentum.org, Legal Momentum. LegitGov.org, Citizens for Legitimate Government. LegitGov.org, Citizens for Legitimate Government, a pro-democracy activist group established to expose the Bush coup d'état. libar.org/peace/index.html, Librarians for Peace. listenforpeace.org, Listen for Peace. lmpeacecenter.org, Lombard Mennonite Peace Center. louisvillepeace.org, Louisville Peace. lulac.org, League of United Latin American Citizens, LULAC. lutheranpeace.org, Lutheran Peace Fellowship. mabonline.net, Muslim Association of Britain. madre.org/splash.php, madre. main.nc.us/peacelinks, peacelinks. North Carolina. mapm.org/member.hdm, Peace Organizations in Minnesota. marxhep.com/nonviolence/index.html, Gandhi. marwopeanut.org, Mano River Women's Peace Network. matriarchy.info, Matriarchy. Provides material about cultures that live in peace without violence, war, jealousy, fears, and, especially, without battles between the sexes or conflicts between generations. matriarchat.info for Germans. mayorsforpeace.org, Mayors for Peace. mcknight.org. mcli.org/index.html, Mikkeljohn Civil Liberties Institute. mdac.info/n, Mental Disability Advocacy Center. medact.org, Medical Action for Global Security. medialit.org, Center for Media Literacy. meforum.org, Middle East Forum. Members in the September 11 tragedy. memri.org, Middle East Media Research Institute. meowzer.com, Eastern Suburbs Peace Group. mertzgilmore.org. mfp-dop.org, Global Alliance for Ministries and Departments of Peace. mfso.org, Military Families Speak Out, support for military families opposing the war on Iraq. mfso.org, Military Families Speak Out. mhm.org. mindshift.com. minnesotapeaceproject.org, Minnesota Peace Project, a network of citizen activists working to build a more peaceful world by influencing U.S. foreign policy through their congressional representatives. mkgandhi.org, Bombay Sarvodaya. Gandhian Charitable Trust, contains information on Mahatma Gandhi. MoveOn.org, nationwide network of more than 600,000 online activists. mupwj.org/index.htm, Methodists United for Peace with Justice. nagasakips.com/archives/category/subscription/English, Nagasaki Peace Museum. mupwj.org, Methodists United for Peace and Justice. muslims-us.org. mvov.org, Media Workers Against the War. networkforpeace.org.uk, Network for Peace, the National Peace Council, in the UK. narf.org, Native American Rights Fund. nationalactionnetwork.net, National Action Network promoting a modern civil rights agenda that emphasizes equality for all, without regard to age, gender, race. nationalfairhousing.org, National Fair Housing Alliance, NFHA. nationalpeaceacademy.us, National Peace Academy. nbcd.org, National Black Child Development Institute, NBD. ncai.org, National Congress of American Indians, NCAI. ncja.org, National Criminal Justice Association. ncl.org, National Civic League. nclr.org, National Council of La Raza, NCLR, is a civil rights and advocacy organization that works to improve opportunities for Hispanics. ncnw.org, National Council of Negro Women, NCNW. ncwge.org, National Coalition for Women and Girls in Education, NCOG. ndi.org, National Democratic Institute. ndrn.org/index.php, National Disability Rights Network, NDRN. ned.org, National Endowment for Democracy. neighborsforpeace.org, Neighbors for Peace. neiwip.blogspot.in, Northeast India Women Initiative for Peace. newamericancentury.org, Project for the New American Century. nip.org, National Institute for Public Policy. no-war-on-iraq.org.uk. nobel-laureates-in-iraq.org, Nobel Laureates on Iraq. nobelpeacelaureates.org, Nobel Peace Laureate Project. nod.org, National Organization on Disability. nomorevictims.org, No More Victims. nonkilling.org, Center for Global Nonkilling. Envisions a world where people understand they do not have the right to take the life of another human being and where a culture of peace is more dominant than a culture of war. nonprofitoffice.com. nonviolence.org, Nonviolence Web. nonviolence.org.au, Nonviolence Training Project. nonviolenceinternational.net, Nonviolence International. nonviolent-conflict.org, International Center on Nonviolent Conflict. nonviolentpeaceforce.org, Nonviolent Peace Force build a trained, international civilian nonviolent peace force. nonviolentpeaceforce.org, Nonviolent Peace Force. Notinourname.net, Not in Our Name. Notinourname.net, Not in Our Name, group of artists and activists. NowAR.ca, Toronto Coalition to Stop the War. NowAR.greenpeace.org, Greenpeace, Say No War Again. NRCAT.org, National Religious Campaign Against Torture. Nucresistor.org, Nuclear Resistor. Nucastrat.com/index.htm, Nuclear Information Project. NUL.IMempowered.com, National Urban League policies that allow African Americans to have equal rights and access to economic self-reliance. nvdatabase.swarthmore.edu, Global Nonviolent Action Database. nvpf.org. nwlc.org, National Women's Law Center, NWLC. nwtrcc.org, National War Tax Resistance Coordinating Committee is a coalition of groups from across the U.S. that provides information and support to people involved in or considering some form of war tax resistance. nwtrcc.org, National War Tax Resistance Coordinating Committee. NICEPC.org, National Youth and Student Peace Coalition. oasisofpeace.org, Oasis of Peace. OCANational.org, Organization of Chinese Americans, OCA. OneVoiceForPeace.org, One Voice for Peace, Australia. RWORLDURSAE.org, Our World Our Say, British. Oxfam.org.uk/campaign/cut conflict/action/iraq.html. Packard.org. Patriotsforpeace.org. Patriar.ro, Peace Action, Training and Research Institute of Romania, Patrur. PaxPopuli.org, Pax Populi. pcf.city.hiroshima.jp/index_e2.html, Hiroshima Peace Site. PEACE-ACTION.org, Peace Action Grassroots Peace Group. PEACE-NOT-WAR.org, Peace Not War. Peace.menolink.org/index.html, Peace and Justice Support Network. Mennonite. Peace.menolink.org. Peace.menolink.org, Peace and Justice Support Network of Mennonite Church USA. Peace.sandiego.edu, Joan B. Kroc Institute for Peace and Justice. Peaceabbey.org, Peace Abbey Foundation. PeaceActionMe.org, Peace Talk, Peace Action, Main Chapter. PeaceActionWest.org, Peace Action West. PeaceAllianceFound.org, Peace Partnership International. PeaceAndProgress.org. PeaceAndSecurity.org, Peace and Security Funders Group. PeaceO.org, Africa Standby Force. PeaceBrigades.org, Peace Brigades International. PeaceBrigades.org, Peace Brigades International. PeaceCoalition.org, Coalition for Peace Action. Princeton, New Jersey Chapter of Peace Action. PeaceCouncil.net, Syracuse Peace Council. PeaceDevelopmentFund.org, Peace Development Fund. PeaceDirect.org/us, Peace Direct. PeaceEducators.org, Concerned Educators Allied for a Safe Environment in Cambridge, Massachusetts, supports early childhood educators in teaching peace. PeacefulSocieties.org, Peaceful Societies. PeacefulTomorrows.org, Families for Peaceful Tomorrows, promote peaceful alternatives in response to the deaths of their family. PeacefulTomorrows.org, September 11th, Families for Peaceful Tomorrows. PeacefulTomorrows.org, Peaceful Tomorrows. PeaceHistorySociety.org, Peace History Society. PeaceHost.net/SSN, Soldiers Say No. PeaceInChechnya.org, American Committee for Peace in Chechnya. PeaceJusticeStudies.org, Peace and Justice Studies Association. PeaceJusticeStudies.org/index.php, Peace and Justice Studies Association. PeaceMagazine.org/info.htm, Peace Magazine. PeaceMajority.us/index.html, Peace Majority Report. Peacemaker.org. Peacenow.org, Peace Now, Israel. Peaceoftheworld.org, Peace of the World International. Peacepeople.com, Peace People. Peacepilgrim.com/pphome.hdm, Peacepilgrim. Peaceplangroup.assets.org.uk, Peaceplan Group. Peaceplease.com, Peace Please. Peacetaxfund.org, National Campaign for a Law which would allow. Peacetaxfund.org, National Campaign for a Peace Tax Fund. Peacetax7.com, Peace Tax 7. Peaceweavers.com. Peacewomen.org, Peace Women Project UN. Peacexpeace.org, PeaceXpeace. PEPeace.org, Promoting Enduring Peace. Physiciansforhumanrights.org, Physicians for Human Rights. Plowshares.org, Plowshares Fund, group providing resources to stop the weapons of war. Plowshares.org, Plowshares Fund. Poetsagainstthewar.org, 100 Poets Against the War. ppu.org.uk, Peace Pledge Union. ppu.org.uk/indexa.html, Peace Pledge Union. ppv.issuelab.org/home, public/private ventures, ppv. Prawnworks.net, Prawn. Philadelphia Regional Anti-War Network. Preparingforpeace.org, Preparing for Peace. Prio.no, International Peace Research Institute. Prio.org, Peace Research Institute Oslo. Prisonervisitation.org, Prisoner Visitation and Support. Prisonpolicy.org, Prison Policy Initiative, PPI. ProjectEquality.org, Project Equality. ProtectingElders.org, Coalition of Organizations Protecting Elders, COPE. Protest.bmgbiz.net, Peace Pretzel. PSR.org, Physicians for Social Responsibility. Publici.org/index.php, Political Research Associates, PRA. Publicwelfare.org/home.aspx, Public Welfare Foundation. RaceForward.org, Race Forward. ReclaimTheBases.org.uk, Reclaim the Bases. RefusingToKill.net, Refusing to Kill/Payday. Resistance.eu.com, International Socialist Resistance and Youth Against the War. Resistance.org.au, Resistance, Australian Anti-War Campaign. ResistInMarch.org, Resist in March. Respond.org, Responding to Conflict. RethinkAfghanistan.com, Rethink Afghanistan. Rhythmsofresistance.co.uk, Rhythms of Resistance. RoadToPeace.org, RoadToPeace.org. Road to Peace is dedicated to enabling dialogue between people of varying cultures, religions, and socio-economic backgrounds. RollingGrains.com, Rolling Rains Report. RonHayduck.com/immigrant-voting, Immigrant Voting by Ron Hayduck. RootingOutEvil.org, Canadian site that wants to send an international team to the US to inspect a site suspected of housing weapons of mass destruction. Ruckus.org, Ruckus Society. RusFound.org, Bertrand Russell Peace Foundation. RutaPacifica.org.co, Ruta Pacifica de las Mujeres. SayNoToViolence.org, Say No Unite to End Violence Against Women. SCI-IVS.org, Service Civil International. SeeChange.org. SENIORLAW-SD.org, Elder Law and Advocacy. SFCG.org, Search for Common Ground. ShalomEducatingForPeace.org, Shalom, Educating for Peace. SIPRI.org, Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, SIPRI. Sites.our/Brisbane.com/now/?P=$1537, No War with Iraq, Australia. SOASSTopWar.org, SOAS Stop the War, based at the School of Oriental and African Studies in London. SOAW.org/New School of the Americas Watch. Sojo.net, Sojourners is a Christian organization working to enact various social justice policies. SoJustLead.org, Social Justice Leadership. Soulforce.org/index.php, Soulforce. Spiritualprogressives.org, Network of Spiritual Progressives. SPLCenter.org, Southern Poverty Law Center, SPLC. Stand.org, Stanford Children. StopUSA.be, Stop USA, Belgian anti-war website. StopWar.org.uk, Stop the War Coalition. StopWarOnIran.org, Stop War on Iran. StopWOJNI.w.pl, Stop War Initiative, Polish group opposing war. UKWILPF.gn.apc.org, Women's International League for Peace. stud.uni-hannover.de/gruppen/ius, International Union of Students. Transnational.org, Transnational Foundation for Peace and Future Research. TeenTalkingCircles.org, Teen Talking Circle Project. ThetaRTCenter.org, Direct Action and Research Training Center, DART. TheGlobalFund.org/N, The Global Fund. ACLU.org, American Civil Liberties Union. ThePeaceAlliance.org, United States Department of Peace. ThePeaceAlliance.org, The Peace Alliance. ThePraxisProject.org, The Praxis Project. TheSchmidt.org. Tolerance.org. Topia.net, Topia.net. Topia.net is a portal into an inclusive vision of social justice, universal compassion, nonviolence, human rights, and peace. Transgenderlawcenter.org. TrueMajority.com. Twitter.com/afjustice. Ukinanchu.org, Okinawa Peace Network. Los Angeles, California. UCSUSA.org, Union of Concerned Scientists. UMCSWTX.org. umn.edu/humanrts/IWRA, International Women's Rights Action Watch, IRA. USAction.org, US Action. UnitedForPeace.org. UnitedForPeace.org, United for Justice and Peace, National Campaign. UnitedForPeace.org, United for Peace and Justice coalition of over 650 groups who oppose the government's policy of permanent warfare and empire building. UnitedForPeace.org, United for Peace and Justice. UPeace.org, University for Peace. USIP.org, United States Institute for Peace. USLaborAgainstWar.org, U.S. Labor Against the War. USLaborAgainstWar.org, U.S. Labor Against the War. USPeaceMemorial.org/index.hdm, U.S. Peace Memorial. VCNV.org, Voices for Creative Nonviolence, challenging U.S. post-war policies plus a presence in Gaza, Pakistan. VeteransForCommonSense.org, Veterans for Common Sense, Group of War Veterans. VeteransForPeace.org, Veterans for Peace. VeteransForPeace.org, Veterans for Peace. Votenoor.org. VeteransForPeace.org, Veterans for Peace, Inc. Not anti-military, believe that members of armed forces should not be put at risk without using every effort to ensure that war is the last resort. VFP-NORTHCOUNTRY.org, North Country Veterans for Peace. VicPeace.org, Victorian Peace Network, Australia. 6wook.freeserve.co.uk, Voices in the Wilderness UK. WagingPeace.org, Waging Peace, website of the Nuclear Age Peace Foundation. Votenoor.org, Act Now to Stop War and End Racism. A.N.S.W.E.R. WagingPeace.org, Nuclear Age Peace Foundation. WRNPoverty.org. WarResisters.org, War Resisters League. WillPF.org, Women's International League for Peace and Freedom. WarResisters.org. WarResisters.org, War Resisters League. WarResisters.org/nva.hdm, The Nonviolent Activist, the magazine of the War Resisters League. WashingtonInstitute.org/templati01.php, Washington Institute for Near East Policy. WashingtonPeaceCenter.net, Washington Peace Center. web.mit.edu/human cost Iraq, the human cost. Webocracy.com, Webocracy, media think tank. WherePeaceLives.com. whodis.com. wilmington.edu/prc/index.cfm, Wilmington College Peace Resource Center. willpf.got.net, Santa Cruz, California branch. willpf.int.ch, International Office, Geneva. willpfus.org, U.S. Section, National Office. winwithouTWRUs.org, Win Without War. witnessforpeace.org/Mid-Atlantic, Mid-Atlantic Region. witnessforpeace.org, National Office. witnesstorture.org, Witness Against Torture. wlu.org, Women and Life on Earth. womenaction.org/global/peacebuilding.html, Women Building Peace. womenagainstmilitarymadness.org. womenforwomen.org, Women for Women International. womenforwomen.org.uk, Women for Women International UK. womeninblack.net, Women in Black, International Peace Network. womeninblack.org.uk, Women in Black UK. womeninblack.org, Women in Black. womenslawproject.org/index.html, Women's Law Project. womensliberation.org, National Women's Liberation. womensurvivorsnetwork.org, Manipur Women Gun Survivors Network. womenwarpeace.org/front page, Women, Peace and Security, UNIFEM. woodstockwalkforpeace.wordpress.com, Woodstock Council for World Peace. worldwidewm.org/home.html, Women Against Military Madness. wri-irg.org, War Resisters International. wri-irg.org/from-off.htm, War Resisters International. yourolivebranch.org, Your Olive Branch social networking group for peace and social justice activists. youtube.com/user/alliance for justice. zpub50.ezboard.com/baxies of justice, Axis of Justice, US Anti-War Opinion Forum.